What a day, what a day, what a very interesting day today. Y'all had a very interesting day. But nonetheless, I did want to come on to say, hey, it's been a minute. And hey, Amy, yes, I need to still go and check my P.O. box. Um, I've been extremely busy, y'all. But anyway, like, who ain't else busy, Tanya? But anyway, um, you know what? Although that's a very true statement, I'm gonna try to stop saying that because I'm gonna just try to stop saying that. How about that? No, nothing added to it, nothing taken away from it. The I'm so busy. It's very true, but I say it a lot. So am I inviting more in busyness in my life? Y'all follow what I'm saying? Anyway, just like many days, I have an epiphany, and I had an epiphany. And I want to share it with you. I know when you have to be business minded and when you can be on the downshift and just be everyday chill minded. And even though you may be an independent person, I'm an independent woman person, and I'm on top of my thing. I'm on top of my business. I handle my business. I do this. Woo woo wop wop woo wop woo. But there are many times we have to remember when we're navigating through situations, problems, life. Really, truly set aside that emotional feeling or that need to feel like you've got to be in control. And let me make that make sense. It's almost like I truly understand that saying, you can't see the forest for the trees. Sometimes we get so caught up in wanting to appear to be in control or always wanting to be in control. And sometimes you want to control the outcome of the control. And you get so tangled up in keeping power, keeping control, that you miss the forest for the trees. So that statement, I caught myself and I said, oh my goodness, Tanya, you are holding on so tight to an argument or into a situation. And instead of really looking at it and saying, you know what? I'm trying to measure a situation that doesn't even really matter. You have allowed all this time to pass. You could have handled and taken care of 900 other things. But because this one issue or situation has caused you to not even take care of the business that you really need to take care of, you and your I handle my business, that now you recognize what you should have taken care of is now coming back as an unresolved issue because I was trying to hold on so tight to a point that was not even worth holding on to. And sometimes we can be so focused, again, on that forest that we don't even see the trees. We're so busy trying to unpack the forest that we don't even see the trees in it. And I just tell the Lord, thank you. It's almost like when people make the comment about, oh, she's too old, she needs to get off the highway. These old folks out here holding up this, holding up that. But you know what the Lord allowed me to see? And this is just, again, just an analogy of how sometimes we can be so focused trying to get to where we get to that we don't even take the time out to think, you know what, there's a reason why that older person or just people in general are driving slow. And you know what the Lord let me see? He just was ministering to me one day. He said, you know what? She's driving slow like that because she's older. She has different ailments that perhaps, younger people or people don't have. So her reflexes are a lot slower. So instead of her driving fast like a speed demon and all that kind of stuff, she's going at a slow pace because if she has to press on brakes, she may not have the reflexes or the muscle memory or the muscle capacity to slam on brakes at the last minute. And her foot slip, diminished strength in her feet. Anyway, the Lord was just ministering to me to just say, you've got to look at things at a different perspective. And you let yourself get wound up and wound up and wound up. And you have to understand there's a reason. I think I've said it on here, but there's a reason for everything. You may not like it. You may not understand it because, again, you're focused on me. And sometimes that's necessary and that has its place. But the Lord would just minister me and talk to me and say, you know what? That's right. Because I might can slam on brakes and avoid an accident, but this older person or perhaps somebody that is going through something in their body, they want to make sure, as per the law, for every 10 miles per hour, that's how many mile car lengths you need to be behind. All of that is there for a reason. So when people are not speeding, whether you're young or you're old, and they're just driving like they got all the time in the world, it could be because they don't have that sense of feeling rushed, or it could be just that. I know my limitations. My reflexes ain't as good as they used to be. My reflexes aren't as fast as they used to be. So guess what? I'm not going to get out here and be speeding, and then if I have to slam on brakes, I'm going to run the risk of running in the back of somebody because I have to lift my leg up slowly. I might got some sore muscles. So again, something that insignificant to us, there might be other reasons why people are doing what they do. Some things we'll never understand. But when you start looking at life at a different perspective and not always thinking about, it's all about me, it's all about me, it's all about me. And like I said, in some instances, it's all about me, it's all about me, it's all about me. But you know what? When you start not necessarily losing or things get diminished in your life, it's just a thing, what we call life, that we have to go through. Just like me. Young folk, they'll jump right out the bed and go run 10 miles. Me, now at my age, I can't jump up like that. I got to maybe sit on the edge of the bed for a minute and wait for everything, all the blood to rush, back in place from a laid down position to now an erect position. I'm just telling you. And same way when I've lost my peripheral vision. Oh, I understand a whole lot better now. And isn't it the truth? I've said it before. It's not important to you until it happens to you. So I tell the Lord, thank you that he is showing me these things, because you're going to frustrate yourself, Tanya, trying to hold on to a certain thought process or a certain aspect. Instead of holding on to that thing that is pretty much a moot point, go head on and take care and handle this business that matters. And see, we know this, but sometimes we don't apply it and practice it because we want to be in our funk for the day. So anyway, I just wanted to just share that with you, that I understand a whole lot better now when you have those cliche sayings, or you hear those sayings that people say, mama and them, daddy and them, or what you hear people say right now. Sometimes you can't even see the forest for the trees. And when you hear that, you say it, but not really understanding what it means until it comes upon you and the Lord or even your own intuition just hits you and you say, got it. That's what that means. So caught up in your own plight or fight to be in control or to be right or to continue. When you honestly, it gets to a point when you recognize something, let me just say that it goes back to the serenity prayer. My God, help me change the things that I can change. And Lord, also help me change those things that I can, or recognize those things that I cannot change, and be able to know the difference between the two. Because there are going to be some things, you're going to have to change, and you're going to have the power and the knowledge to do, and the wisdom and all of that to do that. But then you also have to also recognize there are going to be some things, Tanya, you ain't going to be able to change. I don't care how much you cry, how much you spit, how much you go out there and cuss the cat and kick the dog. And you have got to also know the difference between the two. And like I said, that forest from the trees, caught up because you wanted to hold on to looking like you in control, that you about your business, and all of that is absolutely wonderful. But you also have to know how to calibrate. You need to know how to calibrate and balance that thing out. Because you will spin your wheels, and your wheels will be bald-headed, and you'll have to go get a whole new set of tires. And you'll have to pay that cost. Not anybody else. But you're going to have to pay that cost. That's why they say, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. Isn't that the truth? So, yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. But anyway, y'all, I am hungry. It's about 6:30. Had a good, long, productive day at work. I had to go into the office for a Teams meeting. Had a great meeting. But I'm trying to debate what I want to eat for Dindian. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me, Jack. Thank y'all. Y'all know I like it, Jack. But anyway, just remember that. The trees, we know they're there. They're part of the forest. They are part of the forest. You got to know which ones to chop down, which ones to leave, and keep it moving. All right, y'all. Anyway, love you. God bless. May the peace of the Lord be with you.